Yeah, so look, we're here. We're gonna look at our partner pass our guard. Just move our legs out of the way. And what we want to do, exactly, this happens all the time where people just grab, they just grab like this and pull themselves like into side control. And it's so, counterintuitive. It's not smart to do, right? So let's go back. So we can't do that. We gotta do the opposite. Use my leg, actually, like a Toriano grip actually. So you're gonna grab my pants and move my legs out of the way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my arms tight, my elbows tight as he drops down. Okay, drop down, Joey. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't grab my head, like using my T-Rex arms. Now I'm just gonna shrimp out just a tiny bit by putting my foot on the mat and moving my butt out ever so slightly so I can circle in my underhook like this. So the underhook allows me to get onto my side, which allows me to get onto my knees. And now I'm on my knees. Now I can wrestle him down and get top position. Okay, so if I didn't have the underhook, just say that Joey passed my guard, right? And I'm here, there's absolutely no way to get on my side. Okay, if I try, like, look, hold me tight, Joey, there's no possible way. But if I have the underhook, hold me tight, Joey, boom, I can still get out. So it makes a huge difference. You can't just let people have underhooks. And again, it's like the most common mistake I see people make. They just let it happen, like as if it's like no big deal, but it's a huge deal. You can't let people do that. So put Toriano passing me, okay? I go T-Rex arms as he tries to grab my head. And I'm just gonna shrimp out that little bit. I think change the angle a little bit, Joey. When my foot goes on the mat, I shrimp out ever so slightly to make room for my underhook. I circle it in, I grab his waist, and I get to my elbow, get to my knees. And if you were here last little while, instead of grabbing the knee and driving, I want to do the other stuff, right? Where you drive forward and they drive back into you. You grab the pants, right? Roll them over. But if you're just new, you're just gonna grab the knee and just drive forward, okay? So let's show it again. We're here, he passes my guard right away. I know he's passing, so I'm gonna put my arms in a good spot where he can actually escape. Shrimp, boom, get my underhook, get to my knees. Again, if you're newer, just grab the knee and drive forward. And now you're on top. So look again. We're here, he goes to pass my guard. I know it's gonna happen, so make sure I get my arms in a good spot. Little shrimp, underhook, gets my knees. And now again, look, we wanna make sure if we can, we get his leg or our leg underneath his, right? Because that gives us so many options. If we go to drive into him, right, I can grab the pants, or yeah, we'll do that. If you've been here last couple of weeks, do that. Drive forward into them, right, grab their pants, roll through, and now you're on top. Everyone else is just doing the basic knee tap. Okay, so does anyone need a seat again before we start? Okay, guys, hands up. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. So we're gonna do the same entries, but we're now gonna do different finishes, and then after we're gonna do different entries and the same finishes. So look, we're here, right, same thing, you just pass my guard, Toriano pass, right, and make sure you get my T-Rex arms. And this is like so crucial because like if you go like this is super bad, like I said, but also like you need to turn towards people to escape. Like if you think of any side control escape, or any escape in general, they all involve getting on your side, right? So if I turn to this side, I risk my back getting taken, right? And the reason why you can only turn to your side is because I can't go up because like the gravity's in the way, right? Can't go down because the mat's in the way. So you have to think logically, where can I go, right? And again, if he's controlling you, having your head in your underhook, you can't turn to your side this way, and you can't really turn that way. And if you do, again, if I do turn, you risk getting my back taken. So, we need to always go back. We need to make sure we're always in a good position where we can turn on our side. So again, we're here like this. He drops down, and right away I want to turn towards him right away. Same thing, shrimping up that little bit, getting my underhook, getting on top. And for like the beginners, if you weren't here, you're just gonna look at where the person doesn't overhook, so just have their hand on the mat. It's super easy. You just take your seatbelt grip, you just drive them to the side, and now we put in our hooks and we take the back. Okay. So again, we ended up here like this. Joey doesn't have the underhook or the overhook rather, so the back's right there for you, right? We just take a seatbelt grip. We're just gonna put our knee in the hole. I'm gonna pull them down to the side. So really important. This happens all the time where people they pull them over, and they drive them all the way over this way. And then you don't have their back, okay? So guys, can you guys be quiet, please? Thank you. Okay, so look, when we drag them to the side, we want to make room for our hips, right? So we pull them down, and we move ourselves out of the way. So again, we fall down, and we make room for him to fall into our lap. So again, so we don't pull them all the way over. So super common mistake I see people make all the time. They always do this. They're here, well, beginners, and they pull them all the way over this way. They make no room, right? So try to keep that in mind when you're doing it. You need to make room for them to fall, right? You pull them, and we make room for them to fall into our hips. So everything's the same except we're taking it back. And then for the more people have been here a while, we're gonna do it this way. The same thing, we're here, okay? We get onto our side, onto our knees, And again, you gotta make sure, Joey, and take the overhook, Joey. Yeah, so look, we always gotta make sure we have our leg underneath, right? Because it gives us so many options. We can't roll them over if we don't have their legs, so let's put us in side control. Okay, so look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to roll them over, and Joey's gonna post to stop me. So I'm gonna roll him, and what that makes for me is really, is the back take, right? Now with that overhooking, I'm gonna pop my head out and start working towards the back. So, you know, he's got like two options. Either get swept or pulls his hand on the mat and risks his back getting taken, right? It's the overhook that stops you taking the back. So again, they let go of the overhook, well now you have the back. So a complete system, right? So again, we're here, like this, okay? I get my T-Rex arms, I shrimp out, get my underhook, okay? And now collect his leg. Again, I'm driving him forward, he's driving back into me. I grab the pants, try to roll him, he pulls forward. Exactly, pop my head out to the side, and now we can start working again. Take their back. So really quickly, I'll show the beginner one, and then we'll get going. Okay. So again, we're here. The beginner, so he's gonna do this. Same things before. Shrimping out, getting the underhook. He does an overhook. So we get our seatbelt grip. We pull him to the side, and we make room for him to fall into our lap, so we can take it back rather than him going all the way to the other side. So does anyone have any questions? All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. When you're already in side control, okay, so the person's holding you tight. First off, okay, you should never find yourself in this position like this. You should never do this. Like if you end up here, it's 100% your own fault because you reached up and you grabbed, okay? So anytime someone's passing guard or anything, we gotta keep our elbows tight. It's sometimes hard to prevent people from grabbing your head, but it's not hard to stop people getting this underhook. We need to make sure our hand stays on this side, okay? Never reach up to this side. Super common mistake people make all the time. Really bad consequences. Like how do you escape from here? It's like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm not gonna be able to, okay? We gotta make sure our elbow's on this side. So we're looking at the common bump and shrimp escape, but we're gonna get an underhook instead, because like a really fundamental escape is the bump to get their weight off of us, and then we shrimp to make space so we can bring our bottom knee in and we can re-guard. But the problem with that is it's just hard to do. Like it's hard to shrimp, okay? Like bumping isn't the hard part, it's the shrimping that's the hard part, okay? So the bump gets their weight off of us, and the shrimp makes space, okay? So like, it's hard to make space, but it's not that hard to bump. So we're gonna bump, and instead of shrimping, we're gonna circle in our underhook like this, and now we're in the same spot, okay? So I find this so much easier to get an underhook and escape than do a bump and shrimp escape. So again, I'm here, still not ideal. I'd rather be here to try to escape where he's not grabbing my head, but at least he doesn't have the underhook. Okay, so I'm gonna bump, big bump, get on my shoulder, and again, this takes his weight off of me, and I'm gonna circle in my underhook, and now do the same thing. I get on top, like this, few overhooks, and what we're gonna do, we're all gonna do this one, is we're just gonna do a shuck, okay? We're gonna shuck our arm. And I've been really liking this one a lot lately, so all I'm gonna do is take my arm out like this, okay? And pull it out, and then now I've got his back, things before, drive to the side. So, let's just change the angle. So again, over here I got the overhook, he's got the underhook. I'll change the angle a little more. Right, all I gotta do is take it from here, to put my hand here, and just circle it, boom, just like that, okay? So if we can get that, that's like way easier than doing all the other stuff. The problem is in the gi, it's just harder because there's, you know, friction, the gi in the way. So it's way easier in no gi. It's like a wrestling technique, but still good in the gi. So again, we're here, okay, we just take our arm out like that, boom, right away, seatbelt grip, driving to the side, making sure we make space so he falls into our lap and not over our body, okay? Look again. We're here, he's already passed our guard, we're in side control, super tight, and not good for us. Again, it's gonna be like, jiu-jitsu's hard and bumping is hard, but it's not as hard as crimping. So again, we're here, we do a big bump, we're right on our shoulders, and we're gonna circle our underhook in. Boom, I get to my knees, again, trying to trap his leg if I can. And then now again, all I gotta do is shuck my arm out, seatbelt grip, and drive him to the side. So, yeah, I wasn't gonna say, come back here. See, the question might be like, why don't you just like why don't you put your underhook in like this, right? And then be good to go, you don't have to do the bump, right? But the problem is, if I try to put my hand in here and it gets stuck, right? Well, now my arm's gonna get attacked. You can do all sorts of bad stuff to it, right? So just in general, you don't wanna leave with your hand because it makes space, right? We wanna leave with our elbow for underhooks as much as we can. But it's opportunistic too. If like I can get the underhook by sticking my hand in there, I'll do it all day. But that's if I know I'm gonna get it. I'm not just gonna try to get it in there. And now my arm's stuck and now I'm super screwed, right? So again, we're gonna bump first, big bump, circle our underhook in, boom, get to my elbow, get to my knees, catch his leg if I can, Again, he's overhooking. I take my hand out, boom, and now I'm here. Now again, driving to the side. And when we do a back take like this, it's important to understand, if I connect Joey to me, then he's gonna go where I go, okay? So if I'm connected completely like this, if I go to the side, he goes to the side. If I just try to drag Joey down, if I like make space, I'm trying to like pull him, he's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm not pulling him down, but I'm going down, and again, we're connected. So I'm connected, I go down, he goes down too, and much easier, and yeah, way better. So one last time real quick. So, yeah, we can go chest on chest. Go up again, we're here like this, we do a big bump, like this, circle in our underhook, get to our elbow, get to our knees, okay? Chuck our arm out, and now we're here, we've got the back. So, yeah, this one's like really good. Does anyone have any questions? All right, this is the last one, then we might drill. I mean, we might not. I got a surprise for everyone. Hands up, 1, 2, 3.